So here now is a third boundary condition, and that is a conductor free space boundary. So at the one side of the boundary there is a conductor region, and second is a free space. So when it is free space, as you know, epsilon r is equal to 1. So this is a diagram. Using this diagram we'll write the equation. So same thing is done here. Electrical component, so electrical component not exist in conductor region. So electrical component is decomposed into two parts, Et and En, and then the equations are written. So here En and Dn are along the same direction, dt and Et are along the same direction, and accordingly the other vectors are calculated. So again we have written the equation for the conductor free space boundary. So there is a tangential component, dt is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r Et, that is equal to 0, and normal component dn is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r En, that is equal to rho s. In free space epsilon r is equal to 1, hence we will get from the previous equation dt is equal to epsilon 0 Et, that is equal to 0, and dn is equal to epsilon 0 En, that is equal to rho s. So these are the conditions written in red character, that is these are the equations for the conditions. This is a numerical problem based on the boundary conditions. So I will read the problem. Two extensive homogeneous isotropic dielectrics meet on plane z is equal to 0. For z greater than 0, epsilon r1 is equal to 4. So again on the both side, say epsilon r1 is equal to 4, and for z less than 0, epsilon r2 is equal to 3. So this is the problem for dielectric boundary condition. So epsilon r1 is equal to 4 given, epsilon r2 is equal to 3 given, and what is written? Two extensive homogeneous. So it is not purely homogeneous, it is two extensive homogeneous. And you should be able to define what is homogeneous. Homogeneous means it is independent of, totally independent of xyz. It's isotropic dielectric. So what do you mean by isotropic? It has the same direction. So what is the meaning of that? It is explained in the next slide. A uniform electric field Et is equal to, E1 is equal to minus 538 A1 X minus 2 AY plus 3 AZ kilovolt per meter exists for Z greater than or equal to 0. So find, so E1 is given, you have to find E2 for Z less than or equal to 0. So for Z greater than or equal to 0, so for upper side it is given, and E2 is asked, it is for the first region, the lower region. The angle E1 and E2 make with the interface. The energy densities in joule per meter cube in both dielectrics. The energy within a cube. So in the region, in the second region, if we construct a cube of side 2 meter, centered at 3, 4, minus 5, then what is the energy in that of that cube? So what is related? C and D, these are the related. Once you get the energy in that region, then and in that region there is a cube, so you will write integration, and then that energy whatever you calculated in C, and that you integrate with some limit, that is 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, minus 5 and 2 meter, and then you will be able to calculate the energy because of that cube. So problem is solved in the next slides. So here diagram is drawn. Vectors are decomposed into two parts. One is E1. So E1 is decomposed. E1 is a given vector, so we can decompose into two parts. That is two components. One is E1t, second E1n. So 5x minus 2ay, and E1n you will get, that is along the z-axis, plus 3az, and the diagram is drawn. So here we need to find theta 1 and theta 2 using that formula, that is tan theta 1 by tan theta 2, and then about the E1 and E2. So we will calculate E1, E2, theta 1 and theta 2, and accordingly you will get 90 minus theta 1, that is alpha 1, and 90 minus theta 2, that is alpha 2. So again it is given in the numerical example that the region is isotropic, and I already explained about what is the meaning of isotropic, homogeneous, anisotropic, but again I will explain using this vector D and E. So when this is the second definition of isotropic, so I said that it should be the same region, D is equal to epsilon E. So it depends upon the epsilon, how epsilon is. So if this epsilon xx, epsilon yy and epsilon zz is equal to epsilon, or if they are in the same direction, then you will get D and E in the same direction, then it will become isotropic. When they are not in the same direction, when epsilon xx, epsilon yy, so all 9 components exist. So here when they exist, that time D and E are not in the same direction, so that time it is called anisotropic region. Here the problem is solved. Since it is a dielectric region, equations are written. E1 is equal to E1t plus E1n, E2 is equal to E2t plus E2n, and as you know, this is the condition, E1t is equal to E2t, and D1n minus D2n is equal to rho s, and it can be 0 if no charges. Homogeneous, as I explained, it is independent of xyz. Isotropic, where same dielectric constants in all directions. Isotropic, sigma xx, sigma yy, sigma zz is equal to, sorry, epsilon xx, epsilon yy, epsilon zz is equal to epsilon, and other elements is equal to 0. From the vector diagram, we can write E1n is equal to E1 dot an. So when you find a dot product, you will get 3. So an is equal to az, hence you will get 3. E2n will calculate afterward according to equation for D. E2n we can write as E is equal to En plus Et. E1t is equal to E1 minus E1n. So we can write directly that 5x minus 5 ax minus 2ay, E2t is equal to E1t, that is equal to 5ax minus 2ay, because E1 is equal to E2. Now E1t is equal to E2t. Now here again D2n is equal to D1n, and that implies that epsilon R2 E2n epsilon is equal to epsilon R1 E1n. E2n you can find by epsilon R1 by epsilon R2 into E1n, that is equal to 4 by 3 into 3az, that is E1n. So we'll get 4az. Hope you understood this problem up to E2n. So we'll continue here. E2 is equal to E2t plus E2n. Hence 5x minus 2ay plus 4az kilovolt per meter. Alpha 1 and alpha 2 are the angles make with the interface, while theta 1 and theta 2 angle make with normal to the interface. Therefore alpha 1 is equal to 90 minus theta 1, alpha 2 is equal to 90 minus theta 2, E1n is equal to 3, and E1t is equal to square root of 29. Hence we calculated tan theta 1, that is 60.9 degree. Alpha 1 is equal to 29.1, that is 90 minus 60.9. Similarly E2n is calculated, and hence you will get alpha 2 is equal to 36.6 degree. Now here we should remember the formula for energy density. So energy density, first is a WE1, that is for first region 1/2 epsilon 1 E1 square, magnitude of E1 square, and second is 1/2 epsilon 2 E2 square. Find the magnitude of E1 and E2, substitute it, and then finally we will get WE1, that is energy density in region 1 for electric field is 672 microjoule per meter cube, and in the second region for electric field 597 microjoule per meter cube. Then we construct a block that is with 2 meter dimension. So we'll write the limit 2 to 4, 3 to 5, minus 6 to minus 4, WE2 and ds divided dz. Again find the integration, you will get 597 into 8 microjoule, that is equal to 4.776 millijoule.